This is week 2. I filmed another version of this, but I didn't like it quite as much. This week I'm going to be talking about being transgender and bipolar. Um, it makes for an interesting life, I will say. Right now I'm in a pretty good state. I've been taking my medications like I'm supposed to, so any of you out there, keep taking your medications. It'll make you level out. You won't be riding that huge high, which some of us like, but can be very, very self destructive. And same with depression, it can be very, very self destructive. I mentioned last week that I spent a couple days in the psychiatric ward, and that was because I was beyond hope in my life. Everything was going bad. Um, a lot of it, I do think, was some of the gender dysphoria, um, but there were other things that were a catalyst. Um, but I'm going to first explain bipolar to everybody who doesn't know exactly what it is if you don't suffer from it. Actually, I don't like suffer. I would say more along the lines live with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a stigma that we suffer. We don't suffer. We learn to live again as a person. Um, so, how I'm going to explain it is 3 magnets. I actually bought these at the Smithsonian Institute in DC when I went with one of my friends' sons. Anyway, so when a person who is normal, everything works perfectly. Okay? They're a little black, so I'll just hold them up a little closer. Then what happens is bipolar kicks in. All right? So the magnet flips around, and no matter how hard you try, the magnets will not go together. You can force them, but they're going to leave. All right? And the only way that these 2 magnets can connect is with help. There is somebody out there who will give you help. Okay? So now that you have bipolar and it's kind of, out of control a little bit, and then it gets fixed, you start looking at the rest of your life. And if you're especially like me, um, I came to the terms that I was transgender much later in life. In my 30s, it doesn't sound old, but when you see stories of people coming out when they're 13, 14, maybe even 18, lower 20s, makes you wonder, I did come out later in my life. But anyway, I digress. All right, still got 3 magnets, okay? This is what your body This is what your body looks like, okay? This one here is how you feel, which actually is this one. And then this is what your body actually looks like, is this one. I think I did that wrong. But anyway, you get the idea. Um, so when you come to the conclusion that you're transgender, again, the magnets just don't match up. Of course, they're trying to prove me wrong. So your mind and your body don't match. All right, so you try so hard in different ways, and you can see I'm struggling because that's what it is. It's a struggle. You're constantly fighting who you are for however long that is. And then what happens is you come to the realization, so the magnets, even though they're fighting, come a little closer. And then when you get the therapy, the help that you need, or you start aligning your body with chest binders, or you even, some people they don't have big boobs, basically, so they don't have to go out and spend the money like us big chested people. Um, but we have to spend money on chest binders, and if you're big like me, it's a big binder. So I recommend the Underworks 997. Works wonders. But anyway, so this is what's happening. Your body is fighting. So what happens is when you start to align your body, everything goes back. And then you realize that with that bipolar fighting each other, that eventually everything comes back together. It may not come back together perfectly. Hold on, it's not working for me today. But the one will sit on the side. That might be your bipolar, because learning that you're transgender might actually help you. And so that's just a little thing off to the side, is your bipolar. And now that everything is starting to align itself, it all turns out to be perfect. And then everything comes back in line and you're fine for now. The bipolar never goes away. You just have to keep going, keep trying. Don't ever get to the point where I did, where I thought there was no hope. Below you'll see links and phone numbers to any place, anything, anyone that can help you if you're at that point. There's also specific ones for the LGBT um, community, that is very important because they know what's going on. They know how to help everybody. Um, I really do thank you for watching this video. I told you it wouldn't be 15 minutes like the last one. And remember, always keep fighting through everything. It is never so bad that you have to give up. Thank you. I'll see you guys next week.